Welcome to part 2 of Leetcode series. Today we are going to see the third question in Leetcode, which is log a substring without repeating characters. So let's check the description. Given a string S, find the length of the longest substring without duplicate characters. So let me explain what is substring. A substring is like part of a string. If you have a whole cake and you cut a slice of the cake, that slice is a substring. That is the simplest example I can give. So here we have to find the longest substring, and that substring should not have any duplicate characters. For example, in this string ABC, ABC, BB, here the substring will be anything that is continuous. For example, ABCA is a substring, ABCAB is a substring, even A is a substring and AB is a substring. But here they have given a condition that the substring should not be having any duplicate character, means ABC is a valid one and ABC here is an valid one, and BB is not valid because it contains characters that is duplicated characters are there, so it's not a valid substring in this question. So what we do is we have to find the longest one, and also that longest one should not have any duplicate characters. So how do we find it? This is the classic example of sliding windows. Let me explain it. So let's see. If we have a string A, B, C, how do you find a substring? Will have two pointers, namely left and right. Both start from 0, but we use right as an iterator and move from left to right, from 0 to length of S, and we will update left if certain conditions are met. Let me explain it further. Right starts from 0, but before that what we have to do is how do we check whether the substring contains any duplicates or not. Here for that we use a hash set. Let's name it scene. In Python we just use a set which acts like a hash set, so scene is just an empty hash set. So r is equal to 0, so scene will be, we will be adding the right elements every time it is a valid. So scene will be A, because it's a valid sub window, left won't be increased, left will be left alone. Okay, next right incrementing, then right will become 1, scene will be A comma B. Since it's a valid window, left won't be incrementing, it will be left alone again. Next, right equal to 2, scene equal to A comma B comma C, left equal to 0. Valid window, left is not incrementing, we are not doing anything to left. Next, what we can do now is A, The string is ABBC, ABBC 0 1 2 3. No, the string is ABCC. ABCC. So here right is equal to 3. Scene. Okay, now it's a problem. It's already in scene. The duplicate already exists. So here's the trick. So we use the left pointer and we move from the left to right in the string and pop each element in the scene in string order such that the duplicate doesn't exist. So what we do is, first what duplicate we have to find? We have to find C. So left is equal to 0, which is S of 0 is A. We pop A. So scene will be B comma C. Next L is equal to 1 because duplicate still exists. S of 1 is equal to B. Scene pop. Just C exists. Next L of 2. S of 2 is C. Scene pop, scene left with nothing. Now since now there is no duplicate exist, now we add right element. Right element is what? Right is equal to 3, which is S of 3 is equal to C. So scene will be C. That's it. So here, how do we find a valid subarray? We have popped everything, we have removed everything from scene, the left mode, but it doesn't seem like the proper subarray. So how do we find it? For that we have to move. Here, if you look at this, we have done everything, but we have missed one important point, which is to allocate starting index variable, and we have to check every time whether the starting index changes or not. How do we check the starting indexes changes or not? Starting index like left and right with start with 0, and every time we have to check max length. So there is also another variable called max length. This will store the length of the substring. So here the left is 0, right is 0. So how do we calculate max length? Max length will be if right minus left plus 1 is greater than max length, then max length is right minus left plus 1. Okay, so if the condition satisfied, that is the substring's length is greater than max length that we have traced out, then we will note the length of the substring. Also, this is the time we also note the starting index. So here the starting index of this substring will be left. So we just put left if this condition satisfied, which is right minus left plus 1 is greater than max length. Then max length will be right minus left plus 1 and starting index will be left, and every time it will be increasing for these times. Here the right is equal to 0, left is equal to 0, so max length is equal to 1, left is equal to 0. So here max length will be 2 and starting index still is equal to 0. Here max length is equal to 3 and still starting index is equal to 0. And then here, because the duplicates exist, it will be left will be increasing. So left here will be 2 and right is equal to 3. So max length checks, it's already 3 plus 1. Max length is 2 plus 1. Let me check it again. Max length is equal to 3 already. Here right is 3 and left. So previously max length is equal to 3. Here we are checking right is 3, left is 2 plus 1. So 3 minus 2, 1 is equal to 2, which is not greater than max length. So max length won't be changing. So starting index won't be changing. So what will be the answer? The answer will be, for the Leetcode question, just will be max length, because they are asking the length of the substring. So it will be just max length. If we check the array, it's also say A, B, C, which is 3 unique characters. So just it is correct. But if we want to go further extra in the interview and want to show what is the substring which is the longest, just say s of starting index plus max length. This will be A, B, C, which is the substring that is literally the longest as well as the unique characters. Every character will be unique. That's it. Thank you. Now let's code in the Leetcode. So what we do now is we declare a set to store characters to check duplication. So that set name will be scene. Then we will have max length. Then we don't need here starting index, because we are just asked to tell the length of the longest substring. So what we do is we declare left and we declare right inside and for loop, so that it will be used in iteration. We iterate over index, not over the characters. So here it will be range of length of, yes, done. Now what we do is while s of right, which is the current character in scene, we just pop s dot remove s of left. See, we are closing the window from left hand side, so that every time the duplicate contains, it won't be a valid substring. So we are iterating from left to right using the left pointer, and we are removing from the set until we get a valid substring. Okay, if we removed, okay, so we have to increase the value. So left will be incremented so that the same element won't be deleted twice, it will be iterating also as long as the duplicate contains. So now the first part is completed. The second part will be, we after removing the duplicate we have to add the right. So we will be adding scene dot add s of right over. Next, the third part is max length. If right minus left plus 1 greater than max length, then max length will be right minus left plus 1. Okay, over. Next, we here we have to, very important point, we still didn't declare starting index because we don't need starting here index for this particular question. So after this, after right reaching the length of the string, we just return it, return max length. Let's run it. See, we are not removing, submit. That's it. Thank you.